what is a living trust? A living trust is a contract between you, the grantor, and your kids, the beneficiaries, or your loved ones. And the courts, the third party, the courts help enforce it. And we always say that that's the second option that you have, is creating a living trust is the first option. The first option you should do is create your own living trust, and you make the decisions on what you want to have happen. There is no doubt. This is what I want to have happen. This is what I want to do. This is who I want it to go to, right? And this is where the royalties, like the YouTube channel guy says, hey, if the YouTube channels exist after and it's there, I want a portion of that to stay in the trust, and I want to be able to get an annuity so my kids will have a lifetime income of money.
Come from the annuity, yeah.
Right? Of compound. I said, wow, what a great plan. So the living trust is the document that you decide on what to have happen. Now, most people that don't have a living trust, so if you're a homeowner and you have a little bit of anything, if you have anything that is yours and it's near and dear to your heart, you pass, the government can take it over, or the courts, and it's called probate, and they'll charge a fee to be able to do that. And I'm going to give you a story. We had a family a few months back, family of 5. Her name is Rosa, and Rosa had a living trust that they paid an attorney for, but it was not funded. So they paid, I think it was like $6,000 to create the living trust. They said, yeah, we had the living trust, we got it. And she passed. The kids came and said, you know what? We have to go to probate. The bank says we have to go to probate because the house is not in the living trust. And so I called the attorney and we said, hey, what happened? Why didn't you do that? And he says, no. I prepare the living trust. It's the trustee's responsibility to put the assets in the living trust. and that's when you have an aha moment and say, look, if you have assets, or if you have a home and it's not in the living trust, if it's not funded, reach out to us, we'll help you do it, right? But the attorneys say, we don't take that responsibility. That's too much, that's a lot more work, and people don't want to pay for it, so we don't do it. In our living trust and our services that you get, you use the software that creates the contract. It's kind of like a fill in the blanks, and then the contract spits it out. For every state has a different contract that has to be recognized for the state. So I always tell people that it's two options, right? You have one, you have your plan where you decide what happens, or two, you do nothing and you're okay with the government deciding on what happens and then charging you for it. So the attorney had to go back and went to probate. There's a $50,000 charge that's going to happen for the estate. So the kids just lost $50,000 of their inheritance because the trust was not properly funded. The attorney says, don't worry, you don't need to give me any money up front. You can give me the money when you sell the house. Mm-hmm. And they're like, wait a minute, where are we going to move to? This is our home, right? Now they said, well, then you have to refinance. And once you get access to the house, you'll be able to decide on how you're going to pay me, but I'm going to put a lien on the house and there's no money there. Imagine the kids, and if mom took care of all of this stuff and it was properly funded, they would have had a position. It would have saved $50,000 in attorney and court fees. And now they have, not only are they grieving for their mother, now they have this additional problem. And that's what having your plan in place really does for you.